Today, from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, it's a special Halloween presentation of the NFL on EA Sports.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Tennessee Titans and the Indianapolis Colts. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Here's Isaiah Rodgers to return. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Colts offense ready to go here for the first time, and the former Philadelphia Eagle turned Indianapolis Colt Carson Wentz set to take over here at the controls in his first year in Indianapolis. They'll come out throwing here on first down. They'll roll him out right, and he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Now Wentz. And his throw is incomplete. This defense for the Titans, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
Yeah, we're definitely in top form and pitched a shutout, as a matter of fact. That's the cherry on top of a great week of preparation. And you know what? These guys are eager to keep it going. So motivation this week, not an issue.
They'll have a first down past the 40. And Wentz going to slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
3 yards the gain there, second down. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Now come the Titans for their first possession, led by Ryan Tannehill in his 10th NFL season and third with Tennessee.
And I think if you ask most folks to give you their first half MVP, very likely they're going to say it's this man right here. The NFL's leader in touchdown passes to this point in the season. Still 2 months to go. But if he can keep going at the pace he's at, this is going to be a dangerous team come January, and he could very well walk away with the MVP.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 13 carries, 85 yards.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on it. He takes care of the football, he gains yardage for him, chews up clock, and that's been a big part of why they're winning games lately.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now fourth down. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on fourth down. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a handoff to Henry. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
I remember watching Derrick Henry come out of Alabama and sitting with some scouts, and one of the debate points with him was, while at Bama, how often did he have to deal with contact near the line of scrimmage? They were so good up front that he often got to the second level pretty easily. I think he's starting to answer those questions with runs like that. He's a physical guy.
Room here to run. Uses, and he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Titans have taken a first-quarter lead.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
Extra point by McCann, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Blocking at the point of attack there was very strong. He had a couple of running lanes.
And I never want to overlook the offensive line, but that's what they get paid to do. How about the quarterback? Everyone thinks all he's going to do is throw the football. His movement and deception can help a running game as well.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While he gets attended to, we'll step aside. They'll try and run for this with Mack. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. On the ground, it's Mack. The former Steeler Bud Dupree in on the tackle. Well, Charles, you talk about this offense this week 8 of the 2021 campaign. Now, normally this would be the halfway point of the season, but as we all know, this is now a 17-game regular season. And because of that, seems like now maybe more than ever, getting your open week to occur later in the season, that could be a pretty big advantage.
Brandon, it's always been a big advantage, and now, as you pointed out, the possibility of it becoming huge, likely. Most teams want that later open date because of injuries, getting that rest before the playoff push, all of those things. Sometimes when you get an open date early in the season, it's not really much of an advantage. You might be playing well, now it slows down your momentum. This is a big deal, and teams definitely like it. The later, the better.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. On 2nd and 7, Wentz. He'll buy some time right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Mack again. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. They'll run for it. It's Mack, and he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And the Titans defense will celebrate the goal line stand. A chance to get some momentum here in the 2nd quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in, but I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the 2nd quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
A give to Henry. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
And this returnable for Hines. The Colts set to take over here offensively. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time, but you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position we were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence, not worry about the one play that didn't allow him to get into it.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Meanwhile, Wentz's throw complete here to Doyle.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch it, turn upfield, and pick up the first down.
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for third down. Throwing is Wentz. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a fourth down.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger gain.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive as they go to work with 12 seconds on the clock. It's complete. This is Derrick Henry. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, make sure you avoid the crazies out there and welcome in everybody to this Halloween edition of our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. Taken in at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here are the Titans to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8. Now a first down throw, Tannehill. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 91 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Trucks over him, able to fight through one tackle, and he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. And we were down on the field watching Henry warm up before the game. He's a big man. No wonder he breaks those tackles.
And you remember what I told you when we were watching? It's not all pads.
Yeah.
And you get him out of pads and just see him in a regular suit or an outfit. He is a huge human being and a lot faster than what people know. When he gets rolling, he's a lot to bring down.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the third quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Hill will score. Touchdown, Tennessee. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is lets you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you've taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Rodgers on the return. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Here's Mack to get it again on second down. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Now Wentz. And that is incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
13 yards, the tally on the return there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Is that Woody
He would have
Hayes?
kissed it on the ground.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 143 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. Now it's Henry. Running right through it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. This is Henry. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry, his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Titans add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. McCann for the point after.
And that one makes this a 19-point game. 5 plays there on that drive. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And here's Rodgers to return.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Indy set to go on offense once more. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
Flushed out right. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. To throw, it's Wentz.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
Wentz going to try and throw on third. And Pascal's got it.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Wentz.
Catch made here by Campbell.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down. To throw is Wentz. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Now Wentz on third down. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run here with Mack. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Mack. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here, not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well.
That fumble. It's out. It's loose. It's picked up by the Titans. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery.
And a nice nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20.
171 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. A slant to Jones. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. And he fires one, but incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
Open man, Julio. Touchdown, Tennessee. Julio Jones hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Titans are poised to move to 8-0 as they extend their lead even further. Extra point by McCann, up and good, and that will bump the lead up to 26. So this drive spans 7 plays, and the result in the end, a Titans touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Wentz going to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. One final try now for Wentz. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening